Hi guys, good morning, and today we are going to be talking about a really interesting phenomenon. And this was suggested that I talk about this phenomenon by my friend Heather. Hi Heather. Um, Shout out to her. So she referred to it as dimensional slippage, which I thought was a fun term for it. Some people call it the Mandela effect. There are various terms for it, but if you're not familiar with the phenomena or what that means, basically what it is so like, okay, you have alternate timelines, right? And if you guys are familiar with the multiverse theory, and there's like alternate timelines, and they kind of like bump into and like brush into one another. So it's like sometimes it feels like you're slipping or jumping in and out of different realities. And most people, they're not aware of it at all. Like they just like kind of like write it off as something, more innocuous and I guess less far-fetched or bizarre. And I will on my channel be covering more in-depth details about this phenomenon, what it is, why it takes place, is there any scientific basis for the phenomenon, and if it's could be potentially provable, which I definitely think so, absolutely. Which is why I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna feature it. And like, I know a lot of you probably won't believe it. That's fine. You can think whatever you like. Some of you will probably be like, yeah, I've been there. I've experienced that, and I totally like thought, like, am I going crazy? Like, am I losing my marbles here? Or am I just being absent-minded? Are they being absent-minded? Like, which is funny because if it's like something really, and sometimes it varies in degrees of extreme, which is a little bit more rare, and things that can be like something so simple of a difference that it can be like written off as, like I said, something innocuous. So and that's what most people generally tend to do, is they're not even like aware. If they are, they're like vaguely aware of it. So the funny and interesting thing about that was that like as soon as she suggested this, that I cover this and feature this topic of subject matter that's been widely debated with scientists and paranormal and like all the kooky people, spacey, wacy, timey, wimey, wobbly stuff. So basically what happened, like right after she suggested this, is it happened to me, and it happens to me a lot. Like it's happened to me throughout my whole life, like, which is rare, but it happens like constantly with me, and sometimes it can be really like bizarre, far-fetched, and like really to the extreme degree, and sometimes it can be to like more minor degree that most people would be like, write it off as something else. But this instance was pretty funny and interesting. So my friend Chris, he asks me, he messages me up because, hey Natty, did you want to see It with me and Brittany, which is his wife, on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. And so I'm like, yeah, definitely. And then like it was a while, and like I forgot, like he never like specifically had said what Saturday. Like I wasn't know if he meant like Saturday of this week or next Saturday. And so I messaged him to double check, like just to make sure I have my dates in order. And so that's where you can sort of like, are you sure you're just, not writing it off as like how do you know he didn't say Sunday instead of Saturday? No, I'm very clear that he said Saturday. And because I had the screenshots of this, and it's just truly bizarre, and it's where it gets really weird. So he said Saturday, and then it changed. Well, I thought that he was just changing the plan, but he has like no recollection or memory of it ever being Saturday or Sunday at 11:30 in the evening, which is then it changed to that, and then it changed to 11:30 in the morning on Sunday. And he was insisting, like being under the impression that no, it was always Sunday at 11:30 in the morning.